What is going on, YouTube? I thought I'd make a little ride-along video today, kind of update you with what's going on in my neck of the woods. And what I'm doing at the moment is actually headed to USPS as well as FedEx. Had a lot of stuff that sold, so that's good. Had a couple high dollar things on eBay, which is always nice. And actually, I think I'm gonna get to listing on eBay tonight. I probably haven't in, I'd like to say, about a week now. I've just been doing kind of the stuff that you never really want to do because it doesn't seem like progress in your business, but yet it needs to get done. Now, what I've been doing is actually rearranging my computer area as well as my picture taking area. And I totally moved my computer desk with all the computer stuff, and you don't realize how much stuff it is until you actually have to move it. Now, I moved my picture taking area and my computer desk for mostly one reason. My picture taking area now, I have way more room. Where it was initially, I had literally probably 2 feet to take pictures. I mean, behind the picture taking area is what I'm referring to. Now I could basically back up, as much as I'd like, but realistically, I can back up that 4 feet if I so want or need. Now, mostly that comes into play with clothing and a mannequin, because sometimes it's really difficult when you have to be so close to clothing. So I'm looking forward to having that more room, as well as now, instead of my webcam facing almost the entire room, it faces a wall, so it looks a lot less cluttered when I'm on my webcam, which I like as well. That was a secondary reason. I kind of I just didn't like it facing the whole room. It just looked too cluttered to me. But with that now, I'd like to say that my next iteration of some interesting stuff that I've sold on eBay will be coming very shortly, and it will look better, in my opinion. So that will be cool. I'm actually looking forward to making that video. It's one of the most fun videos to make, and people like it the most. The problem is it involves a lot of time. That's about it, not a big deal, but you just have to prepare for that. You have to screen capture every single item, put them in an album, and then you're able to go through them, and then you kind of have to mentally jog what stuff you picked up for the pickup price as well as sale price, if that's how you want to do the video. And that's how I do my video. So, it's just more involved than a lot of videos, and it's not a big deal, but yeah, it's just something, if you're thinking about making that type of video, just be prepared and have the time. But I'm almost to the post office, and that's pretty cool, because not only am I shipping out a whole bunch of USPS stuff, but I'm actually sending something pretty darn cool to my friend. Now, my friend had a wedding the other weekend, and it was an awesome wedding. And here's the thing. I was actually able to capture almost the entire ceremony on camera, and I did upload it to YouTube. But YouTube, unfortunately, kind of muted my video. Probably a third of the video, maybe a fifth. I don't know the exact amount, but because of copyright issues. And I actually bought a USB thumb drive on eBay for 10 bucks, and it's a 32 gigabyte thumb drive. I'm just happy that those things have dropped in prices so reasonably, because I remember back in the day they were not anywhere close to that price point. Now, I haven't bought one in years, and you know, with that being said, as long as you wait, you know, the longer you wait, the more things drop in price. But I was just happy that that price dropped, because, you know, I was able to put all the footage on this thumb drive, and I'm shipping it to my friend who lives in another state. But it's so light, you know, it doesn't cost a lot, and they're going to be able to have the whole ceremony with all the audio now, because I was able to just transfer my files to that. And, you know, it was a relatively big file. I actually had to reformat the drive from FAT32 to NTFS, which is the Windows configuration, because FAT32, I believe, only allowed you 4 gigabytes or less as a single file. And I want to say this file was like 12 gigabytes. It was like 40 minutes of HD content, so 36 minutes, I don't know, somewhere around there. But I'm at the post office. I'm gonna mail that to my buddy, and hopefully him and his wife can definitely enjoy this now and later. Wow, I must say that was a little fiasco right there. Basically what went down is there's always so many people in line at this USPS, and I print all my labels out from eBay, so I never have to wait in these lines. But with that being said, I couldn't print a label for my friend's thumb drive that is just going a state over. But I mean, maybe I could have from like USPS.com or something, but I don't know, I just didn't think it would be a big deal, right? So I end up going into this post office. I go to the electronic machine that you can do postage and whatnot with, and this machine wouldn't allow under $1 postage. I think that is complete bullshit. I don't think that it's legal to limit purchase electronically. I believe that if you report to the credit card or whatnot, businesses are not allowed to do that. But with that being said, whatever, they did that, right? And this is the government, so you know it's not going to get anything changed. I mean, seriously, there's no reason to even try. Now, I do know for a fact that one of my friends works for Discover, and if they find businesses that don't accept under a certain amount, they have no problem actually banning them. They will totally pull their deal with them, or however that goes. I don't know the exact logistics of that, but I do know that yeah, Discover does not tolerate that crap. And we are in the day and age of electronic money, right? Everybody uses it. Well, nearly everyone does. You know, I guess the baby boomers not as much. I do know that my grandparents, who are in mid to late 60s, they're retired. All right, let's say basically late 60s. I believe both 67. They do almost everything entirely with cash that is possible. They just like that aspect, and I don't quite understand it myself. I feel like electronic transactions are much more secure. I have a lot less risk, because if your card is stolen, then you have no problem getting that money back eventually. Now, I'm not going to say that you're going to get your money back the next day or whatever, but here's the thing. If you have cash and it's stolen, goodbye, so long, sayonara. You're not going to see that cash again. And that's just how it is. Or if you lose it, you lose cash, boom, you're not seeing that another day in your life. Just consider it gone. But the thing about cards is it's a really nice feature. That's about as easy said as you can. But man, so this thing wouldn't allow me to buy anything. And mind you, now it'd be another story if you could use cash in the machine, but the machine is 100% electronic, so it only takes cards. So whatever, my postage is 94 cents for first class. This thing weighs less than an ounce. It isn't a bubble mailer, but it is a DVD sized bubble mailer that doesn't weigh anything. So I don't know, I'm getting pretty frustrated, and I try not to worry about little things in life at all whatsoever, really. But for some reason this thing is just bugging me, right? And I'm like, I get in line, and there's literally one cashier that is doing the whole post office. It's obnoxious. I mean, there was probably 10 people in line. Now, a lady comes out and she is handling some things. She has a little, I don't know, barcode thing with that can handle cards and whatnot. But it irritates me as well that everybody in this line is paying cash, of course, so no one can deal with her. And I already told her my situation, and she said, yeah, I can only take over $1 card. Bull crap. Do you have any packages that I could take? And I already dropped off all my packages in the pre-designated areas that are very easy to use, which I'm grateful for those. But yeah, basically it takes me forever to get 94 cents of postage. This guy thinks he's really funny and says, oh, do you want this postage stamp, or do you want this? I said, I don't give a shit. I just want to get this postage and mail this thing and be about my business and get on with my life, right? Seriously, something like this should never take that long. And that's why every day you take for granted how much time it saves you by printing online. My goodness, I remember the days when we had to wait in line at the post office for our eBay transactions. You had to wait in line to get your certified mail because everybody was sending you money orders or cash, hidden cash. Yes, that's how most people paid when it came to eBay. It was either a money order or cash. And I actually got a lot of cash. Believe it or not, a lot of people just threw cash in an envelope, sometimes without even a tracking number. They would throw cash. That was the wild, wild west eBay days. And yeah, there were some fun times back there. I won't lie about that. But man, so moral of the story is, do whatever you can to buy your postage online, because you do not want to wait at that line at your post office if your post office is a busy one. And mine is always crazy busy. It doesn't matter. I could go in there early AM all the way until it closes at 6, and there's always people there. It's crazy. I mean, my town is a bigger city, and it does have more than 100,000 people. Now, we do have multiple post offices, but that doesn't mean anything. And the funny thing, the ironic thing, is a lot of times that I'm in this post office, I kid you not, there are the same people waiting in line. It baffles me. Like, seriously, we're in the day and age of online postage. Seriously, why don't you print out your own postage? It's not hard. It doesn't cost you really anything if you do it correctly. It's crazy. And that's one of those things. It's like one of the biggest things about business is time is money. And the more time it takes, the less money you're actually making. A lot of people don't factor in their time. And it's sad because, I mean, all other businesses do. Think about it. That's your number one cost, really. The one thing I wish the most in life is I had more freaking time. And that's most people. Most intelligent people, I should say. But now, I don't know. I'm just glad it's done. I'm glad it's over with. The thing is out, and they'll be able to cherish that video now the rest of their lives. I mean, getting married is a huge turning point in anyone's life, and I'm very happy for them. They seem very happy. I don't know much about his wife, but as far as I can tell, his wife seems like a really good person, and I'm really happy for the two of them. Like, seriously, it was an awesome experience. I'm glad I was able to take part in the wedding and was able to see some old friends. That was really fun. I wish we could have went out after the wedding. I was really hoping for that, but everyone seemed to be either too tired or too drunk. And the hotel that we stayed at, well, most people stayed at, that was really nice. Kind of surprising. It was kind of in an area that really didn't have much of anything, but I guess a lot of people had weddings right there. But that's okay. I mean, everyone had a good time that I spoke to. I went up there with my mom and my brother because we all knew the family. Well, I should say one side of the family. His wife's family I know nothing about, but his wife's family did seem like really good people too, so that's encouraging. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun times. It's crazy. Sometimes you're like, you can't believe, man, I've known this person for X amount of time and they're actually getting married. Like, this is crazy. But yeah, I'm really happy for them. They seem really happy. They just moved in together. They got a lot of stuff from the wedding to furnish their new place together, so they're super stoked. I mean, they're just little lovebirds right now, and that's awesome. One thing I forgot to mention, since we were talking about shipping for so long, is the weird change that came and on eBay for first class. It doesn't matter if something weighs 1 ounce or 8 ounces now. If you are a top rated seller, it all cost $2.60. 8 ounces and down, guys. 8 ounces and down. But yeah, I think that's interesting. It's kind of odd. Anywhere in the country, $2.60. Definitely weird, because you used to be able to ship something that was, 3 ounces and under for, it was, I believe, $2.20. But then a little while ago, it jumped to $2.40, and now 8 ounces and down is very cheap. But once you get to like 9 ounces, it shoots over for like over $3. And it's kind of weird how that jump is. They just kind of said, you know what, if something is 8 ounces or less, then we consider that very light, so we're going to give you a very reasonable price. But then anything above 8 ounces is heavy for first class, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know their logic. I don't know how they make those decisions. But there's pretty much not much between $2.60 and $3 now. It seems like it just jumps to $3. If anyone else has seen that change, go ahead and comment below if I'm wrong, or if you're seeing the same thing with yours. I mean, I'm not sure. I believe that's how it is, how it's working right now, which is kind of cool in some aspects, because there are a lot of things that are 8 ounces and below that I sell, which is nice, because $2.60 is, you know, let's be honest, it's very cheap, in my opinion, for shipping anywhere in the US with tracking number. And you have to remember, anything now on eBay, it has to be shipped with a tracking number. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, guys. eBay wants to see that tracking. It wants to make sure that you have all your packages verified. And I really can't argue too much about that, because in this day and age, everybody kind of expects tracking. They expect fast shipping. They expect free shipping. Now, go ahead, you can argue about that one. I do know a lot of people charge for shipping, and I'm not saying you cannot base your model off of non-free shipping. I'm just saying, personally, I would try the free shipping out, and if it works better for you, great, utilize it. If it doesn't, then so be it. Go back to however you charge for shipping. Now, we have played around with the eBay Cassini stuff, and in all of our tests, if you have free shipping, you are gonna get a higher bump in those search ratings, and that's what you're looking for, guys. You want to be one of the top in the best match category. So that's always something to think about. You know, you'll have to evaluate it upon yourself, but in my opinion, I would rather be higher in the best match search results. So I just grabbed a bite to eat, and wow, what can I say? It is 6:30 p.m. and it's already starting to get dark around here, but I don't want to see nothing, so I'm gonna put on my shades. No, I'm just kidding, guys. These are prescription sunglasses, and honestly, I can actually wear them in the dark. I mean, I don't really ever do that, but there was one time when I was at a movie, and at the movie theater, I really need to wear glasses, and it was actually more beneficial to wear sunglasses than not wearing any glasses. As surprising as that might be, you know, if you're in a pinch and you wear glasses, that's something to think about. Again, it's not a first choice by any means, but it worked for me. Could work for you. I don't know. I have a very low prescription though. Basically, I just can't read text and the like from a far distance. So anything up close, anything average, you know, not a big deal. Pretty much the only time I wear glasses is for driving or when I'm watching movies, TV, and I hardly ever watch TV, so I don't wear them much for that. Now, I actually forgot to stop at FedEx, so I'm headed to FedEx right now. It was actually on the way, but then again, that means it's on the way back home. So not a real big deal there. But instead of the packages going out today, they will be going out tomorrow, because the pickup for FedEx is 6 o'clock and it is 6:35 now. So I'll get there before 7 o'clock, but I really should have got those out today. You know, what can you do? Sometimes you make mistakes, you're only human, right? But try not to make many mistakes, you know, especially if you're a reseller, especially if eBay is one of those things that is providing you with a significant amount of income for yourself, like me. Pretty much all of my income is from eBay and Amazon, and that's about as simple as I can put it, you know. Not mad about that. You know, I really enjoy both platforms. They both have downfalls. They both have things that they're better at. They have things that I like them and hate them for. You know, sometimes you have a love-hate relationship, but that's all right. And I want to see how, all right, this video is not too dark yet, because if it was too dark, then I was going to stop recording. But, you know, I have a little bit to talk about since I haven't made any videos very recently. I know, I apologize. I might be listing clothing tonight. We'll see how it goes. I'm definitely hitting up the gym tonight. Hit it up last night. There was I played basketball last night, and there wasn't as many people as I'd like. We didn't have any 5-on-5 games, so that was a little bit disappointing. Hopefully we have some 5-on-5 tonight. I want to play some basketball tonight. I love basketball, guys. Basketball is so fun. You can get into it. I don't want to say any age, but if you're middle-aged and below, you could definitely start playing basketball for fun. We do have some older guys that hit it up every once in a while, and that's pretty cool to see. Now, if you're looking for a sport that you can get into at any time, I just went golfing yesterday. Had a blast. It was relatively very good temperature. Now, it was like high 60s, so it wasn't cold enough where I needed a jacket, and that was good, because sometimes it's a little bit too cold to not wear a jacket, but then you start wearing a jacket and then you start sweating, and then it's all downhill from there. So it could be a little bit chilly, but since we were walking, since we were moving the whole time, I wasn't chilly. Had a really good time with my uncle, and I haven't got much golfing done this year. I was really hoping to do more of that, but again, not a big deal. Next year can change that around. And this year it was a lot of figuring out, you know, how I want to do stuff, how I want to run things, how I can make things better, because I really started hitting reselling very heavy last year, but this year was the first year that I've done it as a full-time income. So having fun with it. Not having as much as fun as last year in some aspects, because last year I wasn't forced to do it. Like, I'm not forced to do anything, you know. I'm my own boss, I'm self-employed and whatnot, but when it comes down to it, when you have bills and this is your only source of income, there's a lot less leeway. Yeah, if you save up, if you bulk up your Amazon, then you can slack off and whatnot. I don't recommend it, but you definitely can take time off. And you know, unfortunately I've had some rough patches where I just wasn't self-motivated enough to really hit it as hard as I should be doing. But then again, I've never been at the point of time where I wasn't making enough to pay my bills. So with that being said, you know, kind of weigh that yourself. It's kind of interesting because if you bulk up your inventory on platforms, you can get to a point where you're not doing what you should, because even if you're not working very much, you can be bringing in some good money. So in that aspect, it can be easy to slack off, but you don't want to do that. Don't do what I did. You know, that's not a habit that you should form. And I've got out of that. I've been doing different stuff now, but you know, I'm just glad my picture taking area is ready to rock and roll. Now, I do believe I will be buying some, what are those lights called? Soft boxes. I believe I will be buying 2 soft boxes. No boom, but I think soft boxes should do me justice that I need. My pictures are really good, but I think soft boxes would make it easier for me and even better. So that's something you should always be doing. Try it. Just because you're doing something good, don't be afraid to do something even better. You know, always, if you're not improving, then you're declining, right? I'm glad there's not too much traffic on the road tonight. I thought there would be more traffic at this time. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of cars out here, but we're not moving at a sluggish pace by any means. So maybe there's just a lot of intelligent drivers or whatnot on the road right now. I don't know. This video seems like it's getting a little dark, so I think I'm gonna shut the video off. I don't know how much more recording I'm gonna do in this ride-along video, guys, but we'll see what happens. So as you can see, I'm at my local FedEx right now, dropping off my packages, and I can't believe they actually fixed their parking lot. Like, seriously, that is awesome, because their parking lot has been so shitty for years now. It's ridiculous, but thank you for fixing the parking lot. The reason why I filmed that was because if you've seen my other videos, you have seen me complain about the huge potholes that are at my FedEx, well, that were at my FedEx. So thank you. I'm not going to pop my tire dropping off packages now. Just got home from the gym, guys. Had a good session tonight. Had a good workout. Played full court basketball. Had fun. Had a good time. But with that being said, I think I'm gonna conclude this ride-along video, and I'd just like to say, if you made it to the end, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. As always, appreciate it if you could hit that like.